Parents across Singapore sat up when Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong announced changes to the present PSLE scoring system in his annual National Day rally speech on Sunday. The present PSLE T-score will be replaced with a banding system similar to the one used in the O and the A levels. The change will only take place in a few years' time, but already it has met with mixed reactions.
I think it's good moving towards the right direction. My daughter just finished her PSLE last year. I wish she's born a bit later.
I feel that the old system will be better in the sense that there's a amount of stress. So you push the student further to excel more into their grades and studies. Yeah.
So what do you think of the new system? You don't think it's that good?
It's worth a try, but I feel that for my generation, the old system is quite successful.
This is more like a international style kind of schooling, where the stress on the kids are much more lesser. They have this kind of bands whereby the kids are placed in a certain bands as to see how much their capability in their own bands, how much they are comfortable with. So if this is what the government is putting in, I believe that the stress will be much lesser on the kids. But I believe the stress will be much lesser on the parents of the kids, not the kids themselves. As any typical Singaporeans will do, parents are much more into the kids' education than the kids themselves.
It's good actually, because the points, the marks, the number of like 200, 300, it becomes like the more points you get, and they publicize it like so good. So it was a good move that the government did it last year, that it's like they no longer publish which school had the highest point. So with that, it is good move such that the kids don't find too competitive. Yeah.
But then how are they going to structure the intake of the secondary school? I think that is the other thing that they have not addressed, because it's so competitive to get into a good secondary school, and it really go by every single point, will count. So I think we have to see how they restructure the secondary school.
I just think that Singapore education is really good. So it doesn't matter how it changes, but it's still good.
Another point that resonated with parents was PM Lee's announcement that from next year, all primary schools will have to reserve at least 40 places for children with no alumni or school links. This year, top schools like Henry Park Primary School, Ai Tong School and Red Swastika School had less than 30 places for Phase 2B and 2C of the Primary 1 registration exercise. Phase 2B includes children whose parents volunteer at the school, and Phase 2C is for Singaporeans and permanent residents without any connection to the school.
It is a good move, I think. It's such that parents won't become too kiasu and try to reserve and say that my kids need to be in this top school. So it's better for people who maybe doesn't have such a good background since young, and they can enroll their kids to a good school as well. So it's a better opportunity. 40 might be too little. 40 will be only one class out of 10. So if they can reserve at least like 20 to 30% of the school to some of the students who have no alumni or school links, that would be much better.
Maybe if this thing is quite balanced or successful, I think the amount of places should slowly, gradually increase over the years.
I think the good school will still be very crowded. A lot of people will still want to get in, and there's always, it cannot be fair to everybody. When you're fairer to a group, the other group is going to say that it's unfair.
Find out what Singaporeans think of the new changes to healthcare and housing announced by PM Lee in our other clip.